Hey, this is Alan with GameLark Remixes, and I'm joined by Jackson Parodi from sunny Florida.
Yo, it ain't sunny right now, man. It's mad dark.
Is it?
It is. No, and it's cold. It's like 60. Everyone's going crazy.
60 is cold?
Yeah, dude. All the Hispanic women are wearing Uggs and like 7 coats on.
Nice, awesome.
It's nutty. It's nutty. But I've been to Pennsylvania. I know what it's like. So I wear what the real people wear.
That's true. Which is a Princess Peach shirt.
My Princess Peach shirt made by Misky Art at Misky Art.
Very nice. So, you ready to get started?
I'm as I told you before, Alan. I'm not ready. I am Freddy.
Okay.
I'm Freddy to get started.
You've been doing accordion covers for I think 8 years now. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's going on 8, going on 25. I think.
So that's like a small child. So your channel would basically be going into 2nd or 3rd grade. I don't know. I don't have kids.
My YouTube channel is about ready to get drafted into the service.
Okay. so yeah, good.
But I've also been playing accordion on YouTube for about 3.5 years.
Okay.
3.5, just about. More or less.
Gotcha. So what made you start doing YouTube covers, and why did you pick up the accordion? Why is that your weapon of choice?
That's like 3 questions, Alan. Let's stick with one. Okay, I'm gonna go in reverse order.
Sure.
Accordion is my weapon of choice because I think it's very capable. I think it's a very powerful and very, very dense instrument. A lot can come out of that instrument. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of capabilities. It has a lot of options. I like options, so accordion gives me a lot of options. How did I pick it up? A very generous friend of mine, in his family, had an accordion that was being unused. It used to belong to his uncle, and he said, "If you want to learn it, Jackson, then you can have it." So I got it for free on the condition that I would learn it, and that's my main instrument. This no name brand It's not a baby no more. Sorry. And how do I start doing YouTube covers?
How or why or either one?
Well, the how is pretty easy. I picked up the camera and I recorded, but the why is because I want that through YouTube covers is how I wanted to really learn the instrument. Mm-hmm. I've got the accordion in March of 2012, and I'm at my first YouTube stuff with accordion was like in I think early July of the same year. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to do was to do YouTube covers and force myself to do a cover a day, which is a concept I picked up from a fiddle player who had like a fiddling vlog of like a different traditional fiddle tune each day. I wanted to take that, put it on accordion, and then just force myself to do a different song every day, and that would along the way just make me learn the instrument. I wanted to learn the instrument. I wanted to learn new songs, and put it out, I guess, in public.
Yeah.
And the project seemed like a good way to do it. So I did that for a year, a song every day for a year.
Would you say that it's been an utter failure or just a complete failure?
There's a military term, I think it's called FUBAR.
Yeah.
And that's the one I would use.
Awesome. Yes. Well, your thumbnail skills at least got better over time.
They did get better. You know, Dan Savage says it gets better, and if you look at my thumbnails, it definitely has.
Awesome. Video game covers. When did you decide that was a good idea?
I never decided it was a good idea. I never will. For the YouTube stuff, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to learn music that I liked. I wanted to learn songs that I liked and things that I was interested in or wanted to be interested in.
Okay.
And for me, I did at university, I did a radio show of video game music, and I played games probably like most of the people watching this interview, like you. I played games, for a lot of my life. And the music is obviously a big part of that. So for me, it naturally went hand in hand to go to game music. But I never decided to be a game music person, and I don't want to be.
You don't want to limit it.
If I die tomorrow, I don't want to put on my gravestone Jackson, the VGM accordion player. That would be a complete failure.
Okay.
But it happens to be what I like. Do what you know, and that's what I know.
And I noticed that you do covers for classical music, popular music. And you were doing, was it anthems at one point in your channel?
Yeah. When I first started doing accordion stuff, I quickly developed a small little like fetish.
Right.
For national anthems.
Okay.
National anthems musically I think are very interesting, and there are also, of course, political matters too. I think they're a very interesting sort of micro genre
Mm-hmm.
of music. So I listened to a lot of them, and I tried to learn a handful of them, and they're actually really fun to check out.
Awesome. So you just kind of fell into doing VGM covers basically because you enjoy video game music and you played what you knew. Now, are there games that have you ever been inspired by a game soundtrack without having played it and then decided to cover it, or is it generally just based on your personal experiences?
When I did my video game radio show, that had to be a lot of it. I've only played so many games.
Right.
I've only done so many things. So the well of my personal experience, personal hands-on experience, ran dry very quickly.
Gotcha.
For that, and the same goes for well, I wouldn't say the same goes for accordion stuff, but I got used to checking out game music for games that I didn't know, and maybe even try to sort of simulate or emulate the experience of playing the game just by the music or by getting a feel for the vibe or the atmosphere of the game just from the music, as kind of like a little mental sort of gymnastics.
Right.
I'm trying to think of. Well, I've never played Shovel Knight.
Okay.
But I did for GameLark Records Volume 1. I did
that. You did, and that was an awesome song. In fact, I'm gonna take a second. I can do this because
let's plug it right here.
Yeah,
put the video right here. Put the picture.
I was gonna plug you. I was gonna say Jake Kaufman, the original composer, commented on your video. See, I knew you didn't want to, or I didn't want to make you brag, so I'll brag for you. Yeah, Jake Kaufman said something about it. It was very, very kind words for it.
Jake's the man. Jake the dog Kaufman.
And I noticed that there's a couple video game composers that I know for a fact, like Grant Kirkhope is really good about that. At sharing fan work.
Before you go to the Scottish guy, I need to just insert this right here.
Sure.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Kaufman is from the Magic City himself.
Oh, is he?
I think he's from here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe you might even run into him sometime.
He doesn't. I know he doesn't live here now, but I think in his boyhood he may have spent some time here.
You still have some more. You have a bond. You have a connection.
Perhaps I don't want to go too far. But yes, you were mentioning the Scottish gentleman, Mr. Kirkhope, and it's no secret to anyone in our little club that he's one of probably the most supportive voice of original game composers for related to derivative work, to cover work and arrangements and things like that. He is one of the sweetest dudes ever.
Absolutely, which is ironic a little bit given that he did a lot of music for a company that doesn't feel the same way.
You know, it is what it is. He was actually the first person I interviewed for my game radio show.
Really?
I was like a 19-year-old, dirt off the boots, like, you shake me off before you walk into the house. I'm like this little kid. I've been doing the show for like a few months, on college radio, and I'm like, Mr. Kirkhope, can I just went to his website. I saw his email. I emailed him, and he said sure. And then I interviewed him, and it was like,
Do you have it? Do you have a copy of that?
Oh my goodness!
Is this too difficult?
No. I don't even. I should have saved one. I'd have to look through like my old laptop.
Okay.
I think I probably did, and probably I interviewed a couple other people, so I probably try to save those for like my reel or whatever.
Yeah.
I have to look for it.
Okay, fair enough.
I have to look for it.
So move back to YouTube. And maybe like one accordion question for you. Now, you're a multi-instrumentalist, obviously, right?
Because it's my Skype name.
Well, because of your Skype name, because of your Brinstar video, which we'll come back to that too. So you can play keyboard, you can play bass, and you can play accordion. Now, you've already said that it's like a full instrument. Now, what would you say are some of the challenges specific to the accordion when it comes to doing video game arrangements or just musical arrangements of any kind? Or is that a really, really specific question?
No. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's a good question, and it's one I ask myself a lot, especially now that I'm trying to actually like be better than what I was. I always have to remember the reason why I started the project. I just told you it was to get better at the accordion.
Right.
And three years later, I feel like I have gotten better than when I started, but I can't sit. I can't plateau. I need to keep going up. So I'm trying to improve, and one of the ways I'm trying to improve is my arranging chops, my arranging skill.
Yeah.
And specifically for accordion, my worst tendency with accordion. I don't know if people would be interested in this, but if you are,
sure, go ahead.
Because I'm gonna give you the inside. I'm gonna give you like the inside scoop of my stuff. I'm gonna tell you all the dirt about
Please
me
do.
that maybe you don't pick up on. For me, my tendency with accordion is to play a lot of notes at a very high volume a lot of the time.
Okay.
A very loud playing, very dense playing, if not all the time, most of the time. And
so you worked on dynamics then, song dynamics.
I'm trying to.
I think you've
attempting to.
I think you've made some, like, just personally speaking, I think you've definitely made some improvements there.
Thank you.
The nuances, the subtleties of the. I think the Star Fox cover was one that I really noticed. Obviously,
which one? Aquas and
Zonas. That one I was really transported by. You like that? Transported.
Dude, you were transported onto the Blue Marine.
Brinstar, obviously, which was more recent. That was the multi-instrumental cover. I like the Shovel Knight medley a lot as well. But
thank you.
Okay, go ahead. I don't want to take any more.
No. I'm just like, I'm trying to be. I'm gonna get into my hippie, my
sure.
counterculture thing. I'm trying to be more aware. It's like you know, with like if you're tense, if your body is tense, like you don't know that you're tense until you relax.
Right.
And then you say, I was so tense I didn't even know it. I'm making all these mistakes, and it's like the Donald Rumsfeld. They're the unknown unknowns. The things that I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to make them into known knowns. I want to make more things known to me, more of my habits known to me, even if they're not necessarily bad. I want to be aware of what I'm doing good as well as what I'm doing bad, and I want to change the bad things to good things.
That actually makes quite a bit of sense. So you want to be more purposeful with your arrangings then?
Yes, basically, if I show my arrangement to someone, I want. And if someone asks Jackson, why did you do this particular thing? I want to have a reason for it. I want to give them a good reason that I stand behind, that's true. I want to have a reason behind things. I don't want to just do something just because it's the way I do it, or it's the way it's done, or some, crap like that. I want to have a solid reason for everything that I do. I want it to be purposeful and be there. And if it doesn't have a reason to be there, then it shouldn't be there.
That's a good philosophy, actually. So, questions for YouTube. It's gonna be hard. You ready?
Here we go. Give me the hard stuff, Alan.
I'd like to do a shout out, which means I want to know who are some of your favorite YouTubers. I want to know what's your favorite thing about YouTube, just the whole process of having a channel in music, and what's your least favorite thing. And you can do it in any order you want. But
what's up?
I said you can do it in any order that you like.
Okay. Wait, when you say YouTubers, do you limit it to music or to all YouTubers? Period?
For now, let's limit it to just people in the VG community.
Okay. Poop Poop Fart. You know him?
Yes, I do. Which is the most ridiculous channel name for a really good channel.
I think his real name is Gabriel or Gabriel. He was one of the first ones that I really looked into, and his chops are unbelievable. Mm-hmm. His playing and his arranging and his mixing, the quality is.
It's anything but shit.
It's anything but fecal matter. You are yes. It is excrement free.
Okay.
The only thing I wish was that he was more regular with his videos.
Yeah.
We're all looking for regularity, like with Metamucil and X-Lac and stuff like that. So I only wish he had more regularity, but he's got it good. Dude, Lord Biff's StarCraft thing he did for GameLark Volume 1, that was bananas. And he's a good-looking man too. And I guess rule of threes, I need to think of a third one. Peter, Soundhole. Mm-hmm. He's a hitter. He's a hitter, and I hope he gets more wild with EV stuff, because he's really good at what he does, and I think the EWI is capable of so much. It's such a capable instrument. Like I told you, I like accordion. Accordion has options. EWI's got options on the options.
I was gonna say options on options and options.
Exactly. Yes. So I hope he takes an instrument and just goes way far with it. Like we saw in the 1980s, late 80s, whatever. What could be done with the instrument, like at the very beginning with Brecker I forgot the other guy, but yeah, I hope he really takes it and runs with it.
Good. So there's the shout outs.
Those are, I mean, just what I thought off the top of my head. There are so many talented people. What do you say? What's my favorite part of the?
Like favorite part about doing YouTube, least favorite part.
Favorite part about doing YouTube. I think I just like the feeling I get when I click like submit or schedule release on this day. The feeling I get when the video's done, when the thumbnail is done, when the description is done, when the tags are done, when the title is done. The feeling that I just hit when clicking submit or publish, like it's I don't know if you can check my brain chemistry, my blood chemistry, if like some like endorphins or whatever is going through, or like it's like the pleasure sensors, like that feeling is just it's like super sweet dark chocolate. It's like just totally it's such a high. It really is. But on a less sort of ego driven thing like that, I really like and I read this a lot. I've heard a lot of people say this, and I understand the sentiment. It's like the don't read the comments attitude. I've talked about this before in like the whatever. But I really enjoy the comments, not just the bad ones, especially the bad ones, especially the really bad ones. I really like the comments.
Okay, that's kind of surprising because some people get really annoyed by negative comments, but that's good. Do you like it in a funny way, or you like it as like, oh, this? If someone says, you know, I don't know, sound more like Smooth McGroove or something like that on an accordion cover, you know what I mean? Like you get some pretty ridiculous comments. Do you like it for the humor value, or just because you find it constructive?
No. It's not just for a humor factor. The whole like it doesn't matter what they say about you. Like like read the number of characters or whatever. I don't think that's completely true. But for YouTube stuff, I like the fact that people will comment at all. It really means something to me because someone like took time out of their day, probably watched at least some of the video and wanted to leave, their opinion, leave their thoughts over. And I guess I'm lucky because it sounds like a lot of people have a lot of problems with their comments, but 99.9% of my comments are nothing but supportive and congratulatory and praising. I really appreciate that. Comments I really love are the ones that show that the person watching it really watched the video and really thought about it, really had some thoughts. It doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. Most of them are good, but just anything that shows that the person like actually thought about my work, about me, something that little dickhead me put together, and they had to think and synthesize. I'm sorry, I hit the mic. And they had to synthesize thoughts, saying like, Jackson, your time is bad. You're inconsistent with your time. Rather than just saying, you suck, whatever. If someone just says like, Jackson, eat shit and die, I don't like that. Not because it's bad, but because it's lazy and because it doesn't say hardly anything. If someone says like, Jackson, your time is bad, your arranging is bad, it's dense, it's muddy, it's unclear, your mixing is like all over the place in a bad way. That's the comment that I love because it shows that someone cared, someone thought about anything. So I guess constructive is the word. If someone says something good about me, if someone says, "Oh, you're great, I want to, have sexual relations with you," that's great and all. But if someone's like, Jackson, you're getting better, your execution's getting better, your arranging is getting so much better than you were a year ago. Things like that. Those are the ones that really get me.
Useful comments.
In me chorus on. Yes, just anything. Yeah, you're right. Anything that just shows that someone actually thought about something that I did, something that I created. That is like the closest I can get, I think, to having like children. I don't have any kids that I
musical
know of.
Children.
I don't have any kids that I know of, but like the fact that something that I did got into someone else's brain and made them feel a way or think a way, that's my legacy or something.
Awesome. Makes me feel good. So what would be your least favorite thing then?
My least favorite part about the YouTube thing, I mean, it's not about the system of YouTube, but it's my inconsistency. It's me not getting to work when I really should.
Okay.
I mean, which is not a fault of the YouTube thing, it's a fault of me. But I don't know. I mean, if anything gets me down about the whole thing, it's when I don't do work. It's when I don't get stuff done.
Understandable. All right. So moving on a little bit. I wanted to talk about one of my favorite covers of yours, and then I want to ask you something that you think is like a milestone cover or something that you're really, really proud of. So, obviously, I was very impressed with your Shovel Knight medley that you had on the album for Volume 1. But Brinstar, which you put out recently, which it's not your first multi-instrumental, but it was a recent one, was really great. And it's somebody that loves Metroid Prime. Like the first 15 seconds, I was just like, ooh. Like I wish I was like in a bathtub with some candles lit and just listening to it. And then that YouPorn sticker came up, so congratulations on that sponsorship.
I wish. Team YP, are you watching?
Dude, they sponsor esports. They sponsor esports.
Hold on. I'll wear your jersey.
They do. You could be like the sexy VGM guy.
Like get me an accordion. I will sell out so hard. I will
send
sell
this
out.
Video to them.
I will any dignity I have, I'll flush it down the fucking toilet. Like
maybe that's your future, like lounge covers, you know what I mean? Like VGM lounge, just VGM songs to make babies to. That could be a genre.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that thought that when you said that, it wasn't the first time I've ever thought of that.
Really?
But I'll keep it under. I'll keep it.
I give this. Well, I don't give you the idea, but okay.
We'll stop talking about it. The next time we talk about it is when you'll have an album in your hands.
Nice. All right. So, what about you? Can you think of like one track, just one cover of yours that you thought, okay, I'm really, really proud of this, and here's why? Because you've got a lot of covers, so you could probably pick like 20 favorites, but we'll try and keep it limited.
One like milestone video?
Yeah, the one video that you would say, this is where I feel like where you feel like you've discovered yourself, or you, I don't know, looked particularly good that day, your mustache was on point, whatever it is.
Mustache is never on point, right? It's always, okay. Any one particular video that stands out to me? I don't think I'll ever forget the. I think it was my 12th cover, and it was the Russian national anthem.
Okay.
Also, musically it's the same as the Soviet one. That was my first video that hit 100 views. I think that broke 100, and I don't think it's particularly musically any better or worse than the ones around it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like breaking the hundo. I think I'm gonna remember that for a while, and it makes me feel pretty good. It made me feel definitely really good at the time. You know,
gave you some motivation.
Yeah, a little bit of validation. You know, like I thought about this a lot, and I thought about it when I was first starting the channel. But I'm thinking, the goal was to learn the instrument, to first learn the instrument to get better at accordion, and then secondarily to learn new songs, just to learn new music and get more familiar with stuff. And I'm thinking I can do both of those things perfectly adequately without making it public, without publishing anything, without making it known to the outside world in any way that this is what I'm doing.
Right.
I had to think, why make it public? Why do this for other people? And to be honest, really, it's 2015. I don't really know. I don't really have an answer for that. I just do it. You know, I told you before about how much I want to value reason and having things for a reason. I really don't have a real reason.
Can I suggest a possible reason, which would be something you said was your favorite thing about YouTube, which is the
comments.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying on the one hand. If you're just doing it for your own personal improvement, that's fine. But I don't want to sound as somebody that's done some creative stuff myself, creative writing and whatnot, you reach a certain point where you like what you do, but you're still not certain how good it is. So that you can't really get around that external validation. And that's why you were saying, like, having comments that are useful, that show you, like, okay, you've gotten better in this one area, you still have other things to work on. Even if you know, like you said, you don't want to plateau, maybe you're really happy with your accordion stuff, but no one's ever seen it, there's still that thought in your mind of, well, is it just I think I'm good, or is it I'm actually good? That sense of validation, perhaps, that if I might suggest an idea.
I got you. Like, oh man. sort of like a trial by fire thing, where it's like, well, I'm just gonna put myself out there on YouTube. There are definitely good accordion players out there. There definitely are. If you want to find a good accordion player who does similar stuff to me, look up Adam Michinoku.
Okay.
I think it's his handle. Adam Matlock is his name, and his project is called Anhistoric. And the past few months, he's really been rising up. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just another shout out.
No,
quick
go
shout
for it.
out.
YouTube shout outs.
But if anyone watching likes accordion stuff, then definitely look up Anhistoric. He's a really good guy, and he's really, really coming up. He's improved so much in the past few months.
Yeah, I've checked out a lot of his covers.
He can't stop. He's not allowed to stop. Adam, if you're watching, just don't stop. I'm not encouraging you. I'm disallowing you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But I hear you, Alan. And I like that. All I know is I have to keep going too. I have to keep pressing on. So,
speaking of pressing on, what are some of your plans for the future? You recently did a collaboration with Peter Soundle, some classical music, correct?
That's the coolest. Nothing could have prepared me, I think, really to do that. It came up kind of suddenly, and I said, wait a minute, this is a fantastic thing. Peter and I come from slightly similar backgrounds. We both did and a handful of other people in the community. Peter did, namely classical education. But Peter got I think a master's. He's working on a DMA or something, and at a conservatory at the Con, the Sydney Conservatorium of Music, which is a fantastic school. So he and I have a similar background in that we're used to the academic side of music, classical music mostly. Right. I did 4 years of undergrad in music in Miami. So I think we just started talking about that. Well, in addition to Peter's VGM channel, he also has a secondary channel, which is mostly classical stuff. He also has, in that channel, he has him playing an Ewe etude by Bob Mintzer.
Oh, wow.
Really so we just started. I mean, really, whenever I find anyone who plays VGM stuff like what we do, and I hear that from the classical side, I instantly just start gushing about all classical things, like your favorite composers. What have you played? Have you played this piece? You didn't this thing or whatever. Because I don't know, maybe to the outside observer, you look at video game music on YouTube and it's mostly 19-year-olds with their little Epiphones and their pod going, like metal cover of
careful
metal cover of Inside the Castle Walls. They're good, but it's like in Japan, like World War II, there's a shotgun behind every blade of grass. It's like there's a kid with a guitar and and a Blue Yeti behind every blade of grass on YouTube. So Peter, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. Peter, we just started talking about stuff, and he was like super gung ho. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to do some fun stuff? Yeah, let's do some fun stuff." And I said, "You want to do some really fun stuff?" And he said, "Sure." And I said, "Let's try some music from like the 16th century Italy, Giovanni Gabrieli. Like this is the hardcore stuff. Like this is the Wu-Tang Clan of Renaissance Italy. I'm not even kidding with you right now." And he said, "Let's do it." And we did it, and that I nothing could have prepared me for that. Just like the last thing I ever expected to do. It was fun. I recorded in this room, sitting right here.
And it was a great video, a great song.
Thank you.
So do you have any VGM covers coming out soon then?
Yes, I do. Things that the fans can get ready for. I am doing for a project album by Hashel. His name is Julian. He's working on or coordinating or something a Final Fantasy VIII cover album, and I will be contributing the overture to that. Which again, it ties back to the classical stuff. It's called an overture. In truth, that track called the overture on Final Fantasy VIII, it's probably the furthest thing from an actual overture you could ever find. It's a non-overture in almost every sense. But that doesn't stop me. I'm not going to get locked into snobbery. So I'm going to do my best with that one, and should release that within the next few weeks or so.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking some time and talking with me, Jackson.
Thank you for taking some time to talk with me, Alan.
And thank you guys for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time.
Or tabs. Tabs better yet.
Tabs, please. Do you have any guitar tabs for your music?
Yes, but I'm not giving them to you.
Hey, this is Alan with GameLark Remixes, and I'm joined by Jackson Parodi.
Yes, you are.
Oh God, and we've already messed up. God damn it, Ro. Speaking of YouTube, let's start from the beginning, the very beginning. Okay.
I was born in a stable.
I gotta go back. Manage your conversation. No, turn them off. Do not notify me. Do not. All right, give me 1 second. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill somebody.
You got pants.
This is the serious take. No, that's good. That's a good pose. Stay right there.
This is the serious one.
Yeah.
This is for GameLark swimsuit. This is the GameLark
swimsuit edition. Oh.